Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. And if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. So today I wanted to share with you how I made this beautiful fall swag using mainly Dollar Tree items. So what you're going to do is basically grab a few ribbons and then go ahead and grab one of these yardsticks. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and pick out any kind of main ribbon that you want, and then you're going to go ahead and pick ribbons based on that ribbon. And the ribbon that I chose to use be the main one is this cute adorable pumpkin one that I got at Dollar General. The ones that say $2, which basically were the first three ribbons that I showed you, are from Dollar General, and then the rest of them are all from Dollar Tree. So all I did was just pick out a few random colors that I thought would look pretty and kind of go with that main ribbon, which is the pumpkin ribbon. And then I'm going to cut into about 10 inches strips of each one of these ribbons. And you can cut as many ribbons as you like, but I would say at least as a guide, maybe 5 to 6 of each one of the ribbons. And they don't all have to be precise and exactly the 10 inches if you don't want to go ahead and measure each one of them. I just basically eyeballed it after I figured out how much 10 inches looked, and then I just folded each one of the ribbons and then I just cut them into individual strips. So I love getting ribbons from Dollar Tree, of course, but I also like picking them up at thrift stores, and even at Dollar General lately they've had some really pretty ribbons, and the ribbons are $2 at Dollar General, but you do get quite a few more yards of the ribbon based on the ones that you get from Dollar Tree. But always keep an eye out at Dollar General, and also really any craft store. But if you are a thrift store shopper like I am, always go through all the crafting that they have at that thrift store, because you'll be surprised how many ribbons you can find there for a quarter or 50 cents. So that's usually where I pick up a lot of these really pretty random ribbons. But these, of course, mainly I try to use the ones that I found at Dollar Tree, and again just cut them in individual strips of about approximately 10 inches each one of the strips. So I did cut some of the really pretty velvet ones that they have this year. The turquoise as well. I want to say it's turquoise, but it's a dark royal turquoise color. And then the velvet orange. I'm also using some glitter orange, some teal color ones that they had during spring. Then this one right here, the checkered teal, is from Dollar General. Then of course the pumpkin one, and this one is so pretty. It has a little bit of glitter in it, but I just thought it was just enough. But it's really pretty. And just go ahead and cut up again about 10 inches in strips. This project right here is really good to use all the little strips that you may have of different random ribbons. As long as they flow together, you can actually use any kind of ribbon you like onto one of these swags. I think these make such a beautiful statement. You can hang them, of course, on your door as a wreath, but I like to put them in my room, my living room, and also in my dining room. So you can use these anywhere actually, where you like. You can even use it as a table runner. I've done that as well. So just go ahead and grab your yardstick once you've done cut up all of your ribbons. And then on the yardstick, what I did was just use these twist ties, and I kind of just used the ruler that's on the yardstick to separate each one of these twist ties about 2 to 3 inches apart. Now there's a few different ways you can make this swag. I'm just going to show you one of the easiest ways I find to make them. So what I do is basically, again, just add some twist ties about 2 to 3 inches apart. And then the last one right on the top, I'm just going to go ahead and grab one of the twist ties, but I'm going to flip over the yardstick, basically for it to be the back of the yardstick, and I'm going to twist it. Then I'm going to make a loop with the leftover twist tie and just tighten it up. And this is what I'm going to use to hang my swag. And on this one, I do add some glue, hot glue onto it, just to make sure that it's nice and sturdy and it'll hold the weight of the swag, which isn't that heavy because basically all you're adding onto your swag is ribbon. And you can also add hot glue to each one of the twists if you like to as well. But I just did it on the top one. So now I'm just making room in order for me to start working on my swag. Now what I do is just kind of pick out just different ribbons, and I don't make them all exactly the same. You can of course do that, but I don't. I just think it adds more character, and it just looks prettier to me when you add different colors to each one of your ribbons or bows. So I'm just going to kind of crisscross them in different ways onto my hand in order for me to make a bow with them. And then of course I add the main ribbon right on the top part. Then I pinch them together to make that bow, and I'm going to go ahead and start adding them onto my swag. Now what I do is I make larger bows or collect more ribbons, and then I'm going to kind of separate them by skipping one of the twist ties, and you see what I mean in just a moment once I make this one. So just go ahead and randomly pick each one of the ribbons, and I kind of do each one of them on these bows. And then of course I add that main ribbon right on the top part. Then I'm just going to pinch it together to form that bow. Then I'm going to skip one of the twist ties, and then I'm going to tie it onto that third twist tie. And I'm going to do this going all the way down to complete my swag. And the reason why I do this is because in between each one of these, I'm going to add a different style of bow, but I also can just leave it as is. If you're going to add different decorations onto your swag, that's where you can add your decorations at, and you don't have to waste your ribbon if you don't want more of that fuller look. But I do, so I'm going to go ahead and just add more ribbons and bows in between. But mainly I just do this so it can be fuller, of course, but also so you can see the main ribbon onto each one of these swag or bows. So just go ahead and continue the process of skipping one of the twist ties and then adding that special bow with that special ribbon or main ribbon onto the second one. So now the ones in between, I'm just going to grab a few of the ribbons, not all of them. And then I'm just going to pinch them together to form a bow as well. Just the same process, but again, I'm just adding a few of the ribbons, not all of them. Again, this is one, like I said, this is one of the easy ways to make a swag. There's a few other ways. If you like for me to make a few different kind of style swags, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make at least one more different style of making or different version of how you can make a swag. Just this one, to me, you use less ribbon. But again, if you'd like to see how I make a different style of swag, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to make a video for that one as well. Maybe I'll make it like a Christmas theme one instead of a holiday fall one. So once I was done adding all the ribbons, what I'm going to do is start decorating and adding just different items that I have. for instance, this wooden leaf that I did get at Dollar Tree. They do have them this year, but I got it last year. And I just stained it and added one of the metal welcome signs that, of course, you can get at Dollar Tree as well. Then I'm just going to hot glue it onto the swag. And then I'm going to let it completely dry and then start adding some more decorations. For instance, I'm adding some of these burlap feather leaves. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the same metal part that comes with the leaf, and I'm going to go ahead and just insert it into each one of the twist ties and add just a little dot of glue. You don't need to add much, and go ahead and place them in different random places throughout my swag. Making these swags are so fun. You can make them as a theme. Like I said, you could use extra ribbons that you have, like bits and pieces of them. You can even add like all the decorations. Say you wanted to make it like I am for fall, but you just have a few feathers or a few leaves. You have a few different color ribbons or some acorns. It would be really cute to add all that into your swag. To me, the fuller, the more you add, the prettier it looks to me, just depending on what theme or what style you want to go for. So just continue adding the burlap leaves. I keep saying feathers, but the leaves on through your swag. Just insert them into each one of the twist ties. Now the bottom one, I do add quite more glue to that leaf, just because I know it's going to be the bottom and I don't want it to fall or slip down. So now here, depending on what you're going to add onto your swag, you can start cutting off the remaining pieces of those twist ties. You can just fill them and leave them in there, or you can just remove them by cutting them with some scissors. So here you could just finish right now and it looks absolutely beautiful as is, but I wanted to add more different items. So what I did was just kind of trim off some of these leaves. I don't know why I keep saying feathers, but some of these leaves, and I just kind of make them in different pieces of it. Just add some with one leaf and some with a few more leaves. So just cut it to individual branches or stems. And then once you cut as many as you like, now you can just do the same thing as you did with the burlap leaves and just go ahead and insert them into the twist tie, add a little bit of glue, and just add them in throughout your swag. So before I do add glue, I just kind of play with them and figure out where I want to place them, where I think they would look pretty. And then once I decide where I want to place it, I just add a little bit of glue and then just continue doing the process of adding all these leaves throughout my swag. And if you see some of the ribbons may be a little bit too long, or they're covering up whatever you're adding, you can just easily trim that little piece off and it would look perfectly fine. So you'll see me every once in a while just grab the scissors and cut some of the ribbons. That's all the why I'm cutting them, just because I want that leaf or whatever decor I'm adding onto my swag to be noticed more. And then this one, you can see where I'm cutting off that twist tie. So you can do that, or again, just leave them on there. Especially if you're going to use a certain color that matches the swag itself, you can leave them on there and they'll look perfectly fine. So here I'm just kind of mixing and fluffing up my swag as I go. Then I decided to go ahead and add some of these velvet pumpkins. Some of them I purchased this year and some of them I've had since last year. So I just decided to add them onto the swag based on the colors that I used. So I added that beautiful velvet turquoise or blue one on top, a brown one, and an orange one, of course, as well. So just add some of your hot glue. The one thing I will tell you is kind of move your decor and ribbons around to try to put or glue your pumpkin onto the yardstick itself. That way it can have something to hold onto better than just the ribbon, that if you glue it onto the ribbon. So just adjust everything and make sure everything's adjusted where you like it once you place your pumpkin. let everything completely dry, and then I decided to go ahead and add some miniature pumpkins, and these are the miniature velvet ones. I've seen some of the leather pumpkins and I wish I had them, because if I did I would have added them on instead of adding more velvet just to give it more of that textured look, but I didn't have any, so I went ahead and just added some of these small miniature velvet ones that I did have. So I added a white one as well as some more orange ones. Now these orange ones are a little bit brighter than the normal larger orange velvet, but they are orange in case they do look more of a pinkish or a different color on camera, but they are orange. So I just went ahead and added some glue and just kind of inserted them wherever I like a little pop or a little pumpkin to be placed at. Again, this is, you can make it your own, make it your theme, whatever theme you decide to do for fall for your home. So just go ahead and add any decor and just add some glue and place it wherever you like. Once you're done adding your pumpkins, you can just go ahead and adjust any ribbons. Like I am trimming some of them up. Then I'm just going to fluff everything up and basically you're done. So I hope you enjoyed this DIY. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.